Ganito saya mas English, huh? We are here to celebrate. To celebrate a good man and a good book. He's a good man because he is so dedicating his life to his country, to helping his country. And it is a good book because it is written for the popular press, for the people. It is written for the people to help the people to find paths, to find pathways to better futures for Indonesia. I looked for some place to situate this man. By situate, I mean, where can I place this man and this book in terms of the intellectual quality and the moral quality of the man and the book? So I found a place. It is a place to situate him. It is a place which I love very much and have known for many years. I am now going to take you there. You can try to guess where it is before I tell you. I'm going to a place where in the middle of the 1800s there was a wall around this city. In the middle 1800s, outside the wall was a moat, that the water. So there's a big wall, and outside the wall, the water. Like this, but on this side there's a river. Da, 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 Some of you know the place already? Okay, so 1850, they make a very big decision which is related to Haidar's way of writing his books. In 1850, they tear down the wall. This is like Haidar bridging the gap to the people. His books, this book, is so much written for the people. It so much explains things. There are academic books, there are intellectual academic books, but this one is for the people and for the good of the people. And it's like tearing down the wall. So anyhow, in this city, do you know the city yet? You're still thinking? What city? Okay, so they tear down the wall and they put the wall into the water and fill in. So now they have this big space around the city, and they built many beautiful buildings. They built 2 museums, very beautiful museums. They built the Great Hall of the university, the center for the great university in this city. And they also built a city hall, a beautiful city hall. And here is where I find, this is where I find the man and both the intellectual and the moral place I want to situate Haidar. Where? Out in front of this city hall is a very nice space with grass and trees in front of this city hall. The people in the city are very proud of this city hall and this space. It's quite a big space, but there are only 2 pieces of statuary, two statues in this garden in front of the city hall. Only two, although it is a very big place. And one of them is a person who, maybe you know, Ernst Mach. Ernst Mach. Maybe some of you know Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3, the speed of sound. The speed of sound. Anyhow, the guy is Ernst Mach, and they have a statue for Ernst Mach. That one is important, and some aspects of Ernst Mach I find in Haida. But there is another statue, the second statue, in the garden in front of the city hall in this city. The city which is most famous for empiricism, for logical empiricism, for the Wiener Kreis. Wiener Kreis. Some of you are guessing the city now. The other statue in front of this city is a statue of a guy whose name is not so well known. His name is Joseph Popper Lindquist. Not Karl Popper, yeah. Joseph Popper Lindquist. He himself added the Lindquist. His name is Joseph Popper. But he added the Lindquist. Lindquist is from Greek mythology, meaning a person who can see the future. I think that this person, Joseph Popper Lindquist, is so much like Haida. And what was he? Ernst Mach was the empirical scientist. Ernst Mach, empirical science. And it is important. It is very important that we do empirical science and that we do pure science. I am a mathematician, so I can appreciate that. It's very important to do careful empirical work, to do careful theoretical work. But over here we have Joseph Popper Lindquist, and underneath his name is what he is, the name of what he is. And underneath his statue, it says, social philosopher. And here we have a social philosopher. He is so concentrated on being helpful. If you read about Joseph Popper Lindquist, you will find he was just like that. He was very intellectual, but very in touch with the people and wanting to help the people. If you read about him, it's so much like Haidar. And so that's where I situate Haidar, because of his always trying to communicate with the people and to help the people with practical writing about how to make their future better, how to improve understanding and building on that understanding to make the future of Indonesia a preferred future, a better future. I just have one more, a little bit more to say. The most important thing for me to say was that he is a social philosopher, and that is something to be very proud of. Okay, I wanted to say, how does he do this book? This book is full of essays, and each essay has the following pattern: 1, 2, 3. Right? In each essay, number 1, he describes some situation. some current situation in terms of the social milieu. And then number 2, in his essay, he tells the pluses and he also tells the minuses. He tells both sides, what is good, what is not so good. And then number 3, you see in every essay, in every one of them, in number 3, he focuses on the minuses, and he tells us ways to get over it. He tells us practical, by us, I mean Indonesian society. He tells us practical ways to move away from the minus stuff and to move into a preferred future, a better future. 1, 2, 3, every essay looks like that. That's very, very wonderful. Because it is so useful, so helpful. Okay, I just wanted further to say that he is very strident in his writing, and even relentless in his writing. And sometimes, as a foreigner, you know, I'm a person who has spent many years in Malaysia and Indonesia, but I'm still very much a foreigner, and I find his strident, relentless writing to be very bold. Sometimes I worry about you, whether it's maybe a bit too bold, but it's very good. And the critique is always positive, because there's always number 3. There are always the suggestions for how to get rid of the negative part and replace it with the positive part. And finally, I would just say that this is a book for everyone in the world. This is a really international book. Not only because it's English, but it's an international book because of the message in the book. That all of us should look at practical ways to improve and to improve the present and build a better future.